Water isn't wet. It's actually wet. Sorry, it's always going to be wet. Hey there, Coach Devin here. I have been working in the health and fitness field for a long time. I'm getting old. I'm 47 years old. I've been working in this field for 27 years. Since I was 20 years old, I have been in the health and fitness field. I have been doing health and fitness stuff. I've been a personal trainer for 27 years. It's a long time. And I've seen a lot of things change over the years. But what is amazing to me is the snake oil salesman crap. It's still there. And we're going to talk about something right about now that just drives me nuts. Before we get going, please hit the like and subscribe down below. Please share this with your friends on social media. The reason I do these videos is, like I said, 27 years as a trainer. I've owned a gym now almost 11 years. My passion is fitness. My passion is helping people get more fit. I hate not being able to do that. So you know what? The whole point of these videos, share these with your friends. Hopefully we can help other people get fit too. All right. In fitness, there's a ton of snake oil salesmen. And one of the things that drives me nuts is this whole carbs are bad for you thing. And it keeps rearing its ugly head. At one point it was called Atkins. And everybody was on the Atkins diet and eating a bunch of eggs and bacon and garbage, you know what I mean? Just lots of fat, just inundate yourself with fat, eats lots of fat, because carbs were the enemy, right? I mean, and at one point, low fat was in the 90s. And I'm old enough to remember this. Low fat was the thing. Everybody was low fat, low this, low fat that, all this low fat, low fat, low fat. Really, it wasn't that healthy to do that either. But low carb has managed to stick around, and fat has lost that negative connotation that it had along the way. But for whatever reason, low fats, low carbs rather, seems to manage to stick. I still have clients that are like, well, as long as I don't eat carbs at night. And I'm like, you can eat carbs whenever you want. I'm going to give you a quick science lesson. I'm going to make it super, super simple so people understand. Protein does not make you fat. Fat does not make you fat. Carbs do not make you fat. Okay? There's actually no argument around that in the scientific community. That's just the facts, period. If you don't like it, that's great, but it's like saying the sky isn't blue on a sunny day. I'm sorry, it is blue. That's the facts, right? Water isn't wet. It's actually wet. Sorry, it's always going to be wet. So that's something to remember, that fat doesn't make you fat, protein doesn't make you fat, and carbs don't make you fat. Too many calories, they make you fat. But I still hear these people saying to me, Devin, oh my gosh, you're having carbs at night. That's awful. I don't have carbs at night. Eat whatever the hell. Carbs, what carbs do, and again, a quick science lesson, carbs your body turns that into glycogen, which is put into each cell. The glycogen gives you energy. Glycogen is what allows you to have energy to move, right? You burn the glycogen out, you have to add more carbohydrates in. The reason people think carbs are bad is because when they cut carbs out, they lose weight. And they say, oh, see, it was the carbs. It wasn't the carbs. It was too many calories. Because here's the deal. Protein, you can eat a lot of carbs at one shot. People can't because they don't fill you as much. They're not as satiating. I like using the word satiating every now and then just to throw in a big word. I have an English degree, so you got to use the big words sometimes. Carbs are not super satiating. You need a lot of them. If you're eating a bag of chips, you can eat a ton of chips. Protein, very satiating. It will fill you up. That's the thing about protein. You're just like, you're full, right? That's the reason it's so hard to eat fat and protein, because it will fill you up and keep you full longer. This is why the keto diet, or Atkins at the time, I like to say interchangeable. Like, I understand keto is slightly different than Atkins, but not that much. It's all about getting rid of carbohydrates and demonizing something that really isn't that bad for you. In reality, when you break it right down, it's hard to eat a ton of calories of protein and fat. It's very hard to do. So you know what you do? That means you eat fewer calories. It's just how this works, guys. So you know what? Yes, you can eat a ton of calories of carbohydrates, but you also could just eat regularly, be a normal person. Like, listen, I eat carbs at night. Doesn't hurt me any. I can get lean. I have gotten lean. It's happened before. I can get ripped if I need to get ripped. And you know what? I don't do it through carb manipulation or eating a ton of fat. But what I will tell you is I definitely do it by cutting my calories down. Look, The bottom line here is no one thing is bad for you. It's like saying running, that's great for you. That will be the only exercise you need. Or lifting weights, that's the only exercise you will ever need. Just lift weights, don't do any cardio. Obviously, we both know those things are not true. Yes, running is good for you. Yes, cardiovascular, that's super important. But if you do have cardiovascular ability with no strength, that's bad. If you have strength and no cardiovascular ability, also bad. The thing about fitness is fitness kind of goes hand in hand, right? That's how fitness works. You take the best of different things to be overall fit. So I'm talking about somebody who is fit and healthy, right? So cutting out any one thing is a terrible idea. To say I'm going to get rid of carbs or get rid of fat, both bad. Getting rid of protein, also very bad, because you can't grow muscle without protein. Listen, guys, stop demonizing carbohydrates. Stop listening to this crazy shit like keto diets. Keto diets are there to make money for the people who are selling the diet. Every diet out there is like that. I can give you a very simple diet. Eat fewer calories than you burn in a day, and you'll lose weight. There you go. Now listen, the problem is I'm never going to make $1 million on that diet because I haven't packaged it to make it look pretty and say, oh, well, if you did this and you did that and blah, 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 and the timing of this and that and a whole bunch of other silly baloney and talk about the science of this and the science of that when really you're just hedging numbers and faking things. That's the way people are selling you this stuff. It is easy, guys. It's really easy. Eat fewer calories, then you burn in a day and you will lose weight. It is literally that simple. That's the science, and there's no arguing it. Some people will say, oh, no, that's not true. Sorry, that's scientific fact. Again, like saying water is wet. Water is wet. If you eat fewer calories than you burn, you're going to lose fat, and you're going to lose weight, and you will get in better shape. And at some point, you have to stop doing that because if you go too far, you will die. That's life. And I'm sorry if I'm bursting anybody's bubble or making somebody say, oh, well, that's not, I'm uncomfortable with. Look, I get it. Nowadays, everybody's got their truth. And I got to say, I hate that term. My truth. Here's the thing. There's only one truth when it comes to science. Science has one truth. No one else has, you can say you have different types of truth, but there's only one thing that is the truth because it's scientifically proven. Fewer calories mean you're going to lose weight. Fewer calories means you're going to lose weight. That's all there is to it. It's not the carbs, it's not the fat, it's not the protein. None of those things are going to make you fat or fit on their own, or the lack of them will not make you fit. Stop believing shit like this, guys. It's not good for you. You're not going to be happy. You're not going to get where you want to go by doing these things. It's just a bad idea. So stop demonizing carbs. You're allowed to eat bread. You're allowed to eat crackers. Just don't eat too much. Track your food. Just track your food. If you track your food, you'll be blown away. You will be blown away by the number of calories you're having and where you can get rid of some stuff, and you'll realize, hey, I can get fit without cutting out a bunch of stuff that I don't want to cut out. If you have comments, questions, things you want me to talk about, write them up down below. I would love to hear from you. I always love input, and I do respond to everybody. Have yourself an amazing day, everybody. Don't fight the awesome and eat those carbs.